Today the topic of our discussion will be internal capsule. Now internal capsule is a bundle of white matter which connects the cerebral cortex to the various brainstem regions. Now the brainstem includes midbrain, the pons and the medulla oblongata. So the white fibers connecting the cerebral cortex all the way to the brainstem, these constitute the internal capsule. Now internal capsule is a type of projection fiber. Projection fibers are those white fibers which connect the cortical areas to the subcortical areas. The internal capsule is composed of motor fibers as well as sensory fibers. We know that from the primary motor area located anterior to the central sulcus sends the fibers all the way to the spinal cord. This constitutes the corticospinal tract. So the corticospinal tract is also a part of the internal capsule. And we know that the lateral spinothalamic tract and the anterior spinothalamic tract and various other sensory tracts project to the spinal cord, relate to the spinal cord, which then relate to the thalamus. Now from the thalamus, the fibers project to the primary sensory area located posterior to the central sulcus. These are the corticothalamic fibers, and the corticothalamic fibers also are a part of internal capsule. To the location of internal capsule is located between the thalamus and the caudate nucleus medially and on lateral side by the globus pallidus part of the lentiform nucleus and the putamen part of the lentiform nucleus. Repeating again, the internal capsule is located between the thalamus and caudate nucleus medially and the lentiform nucleus located laterally. Now let's see this in a coronal section. So this, as we said, is the caudate nucleus. This whole structure is the thalamus and this is the lentiform nucleus. This is the globus pallidus part of lentiform nucleus and this is the putamen part of lentiform nucleus. And here is the internal capsule. Now internal capsule has various parts which are divided on the basis of its relation to the lentiform nucleus. The part which lies between the caudate nucleus and the anterior part of the lentiform nucleus is known as the anterior limb. So this is the anterior limb of the internal capsule. The bend of the internal capsule is known as genu, because genu naturally means bend. The part of the internal capsule lying between the thalamus and the lentiform nucleus is known as the posterior limb of the internal capsule. Now we can see some part of the internal capsule projects posterior to the lentiform nucleus. This part projects posterior to the lentiform nucleus and so it is appropriately called retrolentiform part. Now some part of the internal capsule which is not visible in this section lies below the lentiform nucleus. So I am drawing this in dotted. This is the sublentiform part of the internal capsule. Now there are various fibers passing from the various parts of the internal capsule. Now we see the blue part, that is the genu. Through the genu, the corticopontine fibers pass. Now the orange area is the anterior two-third of the posterior limb of the internal capsule. So from the anterior two-third of the posterior limb of the internal capsule, the corticospinal fibers pass. This is the retrolentiform part. You can see the retrolentiform part is situated quite posteriorly near the occipital lobe, and the occipital lobe is concerned with vision. So through the retrolentiform part, the optic radiations pass through, and the sublentiform part will be towards the temporal lobe. And we know that temporal lobe is concerned with audition. So through the temporal lobe, the auditory radiations pass through. Now what if there is an infarct in the internal capsule? So since the corticospinal fibers, which are the upper motor neurons, are passing through the internal capsule, an infarction of the internal capsule can lead to the contralateral spastic hemiplegia.